Well, this sucks. Yeah. Welcome to the Friday Night Dive. Uh, took me a second to collect my thoughts because this was supposed to be the fun, triumphant return to the show, and we just got news that actor Chadwick Boseman has passed away. He apparently he was suffering from stage 3 colon cancer, and held out for the past few years, and here we are. He unfortunately passed away from it. So not exactly the way I wanted to start out the night. Definitely not the way I wanted to come back. And it just I sent the link out, and as soon as I did through Twitter, I saw the first story that popped up was that, and I had to keep rereading to make sure that was legit, and unfortunately, it is legit. So, yay! This is not the way I wanted to start the night. So this sucks. So what I'll say about it, I'm sure I'll have more thoughts about it later. But what I'll say for now is that that guy was a hell of an actor, hell of a performer, hell of an entertainer, and apparently hell of a guy. He seemed like just a sincere, genuine dude. And you know, when I remember when Black Panther talk was happening, throughout the internet and throughout the fandom, and I remember thinking it'll never happen. But if they want someone to really bring this role to life, they should get that guy from Get On Up and from 42, the Jackie Robinson tale, because and I didn't know his name at the time. I had to look it up. It was like Chadwick Boseman. Oh, that guy, he seems like legit. And if the MCU wants a legit Black Panther, they should try and get him. I think that would be gold. But they'll never do it because he seems like he's a thespian. And at the time, I was like, they're not going to get thespian actors in this thing. And boy, was I wrong. And they went right after him, and he did it. And we got to, as far as the MCU goes, we got to see him play that role 4 different times. So we're blessed for that. And not to mention, if you haven't seen Get On Up, you really should. He plays James Brown. It's incredible. He did this movie recently called, I believe it was 21 Bridges, where he was a cop in New York, and didn't get a lot of attention for that. And I feel like he should. I thought he was really good in that movie. So check that out. Be sure to check that out. And you know his work. You know his name. Celebrate him. He deserves to be celebrated. So that is what I will say for now. And like I said, I'm sure I will say so many things later because this just caught us all off guard. But but yeah, like if you want to talk about it, we can talk about that. We can definitely do that. It was my intent to just kind of and just sort of bring back the dive. Hello, Christy. Thank you for being here. So we'll have a drink for our I say our friend. We didn't know him, but he felt like a friend, right? Here's to Chadwick Boseman. So tonight on the menu is actually a little different. I wasn't going to drink beer tonight. I was going to drink some Jameson, but we had the smaller bottle, so I felt that'll probably go pretty quick, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I went out to the store and I happened to find Trooper beer, the Iron Maiden beer. This is the actual Iron Maiden brand beer, the band Iron Maiden. I have been kind of seeking this out for a while, and it seemed like the only way I was going to get any was to order it. And I just never did that because I'm lazy. And but I happened to go to my local store and they had a few of these. Now I've never had this, so I don't know if it's good. So I only got two. They came in a pack of 4, but I decided just to get the 2-pack. Somebody left behind just 2, so they may not be good. I don't know. And it doesn't say this is a premium British beer, so there's a good chance I'm drinking it wrong. Because it's chilled. It's not warm. And there's a whole story behind this. And you should check that out. So what you're about to see is an actual in real time tasting. So I'm about to try the premium British beer Iron Maiden Trooper. Charged with flavor, it says. And that's about it. It doesn't really tell me what kind of beer it is. It just says it's the Trooper beer. So if you've had this, let me know. It doesn't have the scent of anything like crazy. So chilled and cheers. And let me know down below in the comments. Let me know what you're drinking today. It doesn't really taste like anything. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but whatever it was, is not this. Kind of reminds me of Yingling a little bit. If you've if you know the band the beer Yingling, it tastes a little bit like that. Yeah, so it's not bad. It's just I don't know. I expected it's not bad. It's not bad. When did he die? I guess earlier today he did. Chadwick did. Like I just saw a bunch of posts on Twitter about it. It's hitting social media right now. There's a good chance he probably passed on much earlier, but we're only hearing about it now. I don't know. If you see a link, let me know. Yeah, stage 3 colon cancer, Scribs. Crazy stuff. We didn't know, but now it makes sense. In the recent days, during this pandemic, there was a picture that surfaced from his, I think from his Twitter, and he looked like he was sick, but he was talking and he was acting fine. So we just sort of assumed that maybe it was for a role, but a lot of people were going, he might be sick because he looks kind of bad. And now we know why. Apparently he'd been diagnosed with this thing for like the last 4 years, but we never knew because I guess remission, or he was keeping it held at bay. And yeah, it does. Fuck cancer. All forms of it. But yeah. So like I said, we can certainly talk about that. We can talk about how you're all feeling with that. I didn't expect to talk about that. Like I said, I sent out the link, and as soon as I did, that was the first thing I saw. Ugh, awful. But you know what's not awful? This Trooper beer. It's actually pretty good. But it doesn't have, it says charged with flavor. I'll be honest with you, it's not as much flavor as I thought it would be. Like it tastes like a Yingling. So it's a, I'm assuming it's more of an amber beer. The aftertaste is where the flavor comes in. I'm actually really digging this. So now I'm mad I didn't get the full 4-pack, but it's okay. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? What are you all drinking? What's on your mind? What's on your docket? I can tell you from my humble abode, the sky decided to open up and give us all the storms. Between a tornado warning, the thunderstorms, just the every form of rain you can think of. We got hit. You know that bit in Forrest Gump when he's in Vietnam and he says all the different, he describes all the different types of rain they experienced. Yeah, that kind of happened today, at least when I was out and about. Excuse me. So apparently I really like the beer. But yeah, that's so. I hope the effects of Hurricane Laura are not hitting you all too bad from your respected homes, because we're feeling it over here. Christy says Oktoberfest and thundering in the shower. Ah, well, yes. The Shire is what she calls her home because she thinks it resembles Hobbiton, the Shire of the Lord of the Rings, and I told her, sure, because God forbid I don't want to be a party pooper there, and then and I can't be because it is what it is. And the Oktoberfest, I'm assuming the Sam Adams you're drinking. I say that assumes I know that's what it is. So no, Zach, it's not. It's not a fun time. Yeah, I know. I hadn't counted on that. That was very poorly timed, and it seemed like it was going to be a fun night too. If all of you familiar with the Schmodown, we just watched the Schmodown Throwdown live. It was Kevin Smith taking on Chris Jericho as the main card, and that was a lot of fun. Actually, I was really entertained by it. But then, yeah, all the stuff. So cheers to Chadwick Boseman, and my heart is with his family and his friends. And I just, God, can we be done with this year? Can we be done with it? I'm done with it. Unbelievable. Anywho, so I'm trying to. It's not really a good segue into that, so I'm gonna have to rely on you guys to help me out with that. So while I deal with the mess up top here. Yeah, between the weather and between everything going on just in the world, and then the people we've lost and the people that I'm trying to find a way to not be so morose right now. It's not working, so I'll just have another sip of Trooper. And seriously, jump in the chat. Let me know what's going on, because you know what? This kind of resembles a Newcastle ale. You guys ever had Newcastle? I mean, maybe it's because they're both British beers, but I'm wondering if I was supposed to chill. It doesn't say whether you're supposed to chill it or not. I just typically drink my beer chilled. What's up, Henry? You want a trooper beer? There's one in the fridge. It tastes like either Yingling or Newcastle. I can't decide. And that's what we're doing. Oh man, that's how Henry's coping with everything. That's true. Yeah. So it's never boring around here. That sounds like a terrible time, Christy. Because so I know. I just want to put all of his movies on a loop now. Wakanda Forever, indeed. People say hi. They say hi to Henry. So, welcome everyone. I'm gonna try my best to make this as entertaining as possible as I can. But please, feel free to get in the chat and talk about whatever. There are gnats in here. I don't like that. Between moths and the gnats. So, well, when the doors open in and out, sometimes we get the little because of the light attracts them and stuff. So, yep, yes, he did, and it just sucks. Um, McGee, I believe McGee is still no, she might be home by now. I know McGee was on a road trip, coming back from her vacation, to parts unknown. So she might be home now. She might be asleep, honestly. She's about, I think, an hour ahead. So she might have parked the car, unloaded her stuff, and hit the bed because I know she was driving all day. But she might pop up. We'll see. We will see. And Daryl the Sasquatch has entered the chat. So there's that. Um, yeah, no, and I could McGee, if you're around, please pop in so we can talk about something more cheery, if it at all possible. But anywho, did anybody Zach? Did you guys watch the Schmodown tonight? Excuse me. Ugh. It's just a sneeze. It's not what you think it is. Every day I'm squatching. I'm squatching over here. Squanching is something else entirely. Uh, and according to Squanchy, the character from Rick and Morty. So don't look now, but Bigfoot is here. Yep. Yeah, I know. I like it. Scribs, where did you go? This is your moment, man. Though if I were a gambling man, um, Scribs has had his own road trip, little vacation. He's been experiencing the Star Wars land, or he attempted one. But he is West Coast bound, or West Coast already. So oh, there he is. Hey man, yeah, this Daryl the Sasquatch, Bigfoot himself, he's entered the chat, so you better go get him. Grab your net, man, or whatever your fun tools of the trade in order to catch said majestic beast. Look, he's right. See, he's right. He said he's always squatching, so He's there, Scribs. He's just waiting. He's been waiting for you this entire time. But Scribs, you're usually good about sipping on a beverage, so I'm wondering what do you got going on over there? Geez, everyone's on vacation. No wonder John had to drive me. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Zach, I'm not on a vacation at all. I wish. Um, the pandemic put a huge dent in those plans. And then not to mention, my best friend is trying to still get me over in certain parts of Florida, and I said, no, ma'am, that is not happening. I am not going to Florida. No offense to you, Florida people, but I'm not doing it because it's a mess. Look for woolly boogers at the Grand Canyon today. And did you? What the heck is a woolly booger? That might take some. He didn't say any. Bummer. What is a woolly booger? Scribs, you are going to have to explain that one to Christy because I don't think I could do it justice. But you're in for a treat if he decides to inform you. But it might be a trade secret. I don't know. We'll see how generous he is with his explanation and his time. He's a busy guy, Hillbilly Scribs. That fucking gnat. Jesus. Man. Let's see. You went to a place called Historic Brewing Company in Williams, Arizona for Din Din. Historic Brewing Company. Well, that sounds promising. You had some historical brew, I would imagine. Uh, because what else would you get over there? Historical brew. It's basically beer that has aged since the beginning of America. So it's like old ass beer. That's in my brain. In my head canon, that's what it is. Colloquial term user. Oh, okay. That's so. There you go, Christy. That is what the woolly boogers are. It's a colloquial term. So technically, for the hairy man ape. So technically, I would be a woolly booger. I am a hairy man. So yeah, if the hair and the beard didn't give it away, it's yeah. But you didn't come here for that. You came here for I don't know if that's entertaining. We'll see. You can if you join the right tier on the Feeding the Monster patronizer, you may get to see some full chest, full hairy chest. Tasty IPA and a coffee blonde. Ooh, yay! Ooh, I like that. Scribs, you might enjoy the Trooper beer. Actually, it's like an amber. It's pretty tasty actually. The more I drink it, the more like the tastier it's becoming. So the flavor kind of like sets in the middle. But it's all good stuff. Are you laughing at? I'm not sure which one you're laughing. You're probably laughing at my hairy comment. Um, Growing up, we called them woolly boogers and wood boogers. Whoa. Yeah, you are. Oh, are you in agreement that I am a woolly booger as the hillbilly describes because I'm a hairy man ape? Our grandfolks tell us to be good, or the boogers will get you. Oh, I see. Yeah, that must be a. That sounds like a hillbilly thing. So interesting. I always equated boogers to be, the things, the bats in the cave, your nose cave. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. Jokey jokes. We're making jokes. We're making light of it all. So we're not making light of it all. We're just we. So I don't know. You guys think get rid of this pandemic shag I got up here, or just like just keep going? Because it's at a point to where I just don't know what to do with it anymore. So it's an Arkansas thing. Yikes. No offense. That just makes me think of extended family and yeah. But I hear you. I hear you. So yeah. Yeah. Can't God, I can't even actually no I can. I think 2012 or 20 late 2011 was the last time I was in Arkansas, and I was in Little Rock watching a show. Paul Bearer was playing, which Paul Bearer is this doom metal band. If you're into doom, just like the slow sludginess, you might enjoy that band. If you don't, you will not enjoy that band because it takes a special kind of breed of people to get really into doom. I'm not super into doom metal, but Paul Bearer is really good. Give your stand up set. My stand up set basically is just 40 minutes of me impersonating all my favorite celebrities. And most of that time is taken up by either Alan Rickman, Gilbert Godfrey, or Bobcat Goldthwait. So I'm just like an impressionist, not so much a comedian. I accept you as a brother and a fellow man, my man. You heard it. There it is. Yes. So you guys, I'm here to confirm Daryl the Sasquatch is real, and I have been accepted into the tribe. So you may call me Mark Squatch. Yeah. Yeah. Mark Squatch. That'll be the new moniker. I am no longer the maniac. I am Mark Squatch. So hopefully Mariano over at for the feed, he's our artist on the crew. Hopefully he can give me a good rendering. Oh, Daryl's got a joke. Knock knock. Who's there? Who's there? Sasquatch. I must hear how. I must hear the Bigfoot joke. The delay is just these knock knock jokes are all about timing, and I don't think it works for a live stream such as this, unfortunately. Um, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Here we go. Who's there? No one. I'm just wood knocking to mess with the Bigfoot researchers. Ha 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 ha. Nicely done. Nicely done. And it's obviously working because they still have yet to confirm your existence in the wild. We just did. The live stream just confirmed. Not only have we confirmed it, we are now confirming that the Sasquatch is intelligent and has access to Wi-Fi. That's pretty cool. So maybe he's not prowling the wilderness like everyone thinks. That's how. See, smart stuff. Yeah, always be squatching. Squatching is basically just fucking with other people. I respect it. Don't mind me. I'm just over here and I'm looking at the chat, the other the private chat, Jeff. Thank you for that. Nice. So I know, but Daryl's he's gotta maintain appearances, and he prefers his privacy and his obviously his solitude. Can't fault him for that. He's an introvert. What do you want? Can we confirm the Bigfoot is an ancient alien? I can't speak for him. Uh, yeah, of course. Tune into the Hillbillies Truly Bizarre World here on the YouTube channel on Saturdays, because Scribs will go on and on and on about his favorite theories, and including not limited to Sasquatch and aliens. I'm not saying aliens. I'm just saying aliens. And I think speaking of that, the Truly Bizarre World, Scribs, I think soon you should have a new guest. You should have a new speaker to talk about things that are a little more cosmic and, intergalactic, shall we say? I look forward to what that will be. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Speaking of the Truly Bizarre World, bizarre world, shot on location, in an undisclosed location, I'm sure. If I had to guess, probably a desert or just very dry lands, maybe some canyons surrounding the place. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just guessing. This week went by fast. I'm glad about that. It because it's Friday already, and just the other day it turned Monday, and I was bitching about how the weekend went by too fast, and here we are, Friday. Um, Today was kind of a long day, but I mean the week itself over here at least felt fairly quick. So maybe that was just because it seemed busier than usual. I don't know. I don't know. How was your week, everyone? Aha! New guest, Master of the Macabre. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be fun, and I think you all will have a good time tuning into that. Be sure, if you haven't, come here to the YouTube channel on Saturdays. You can see past episodes already uploaded. The Truly Bizarre World. If you like the things that are strange and unusual, I enjoy it because I myself am strange and unusual. And Hillbilly Scribs has an appreciation for such things. By the way, Jeff, speaking of that, there I have an idea. Remind me later when we're not doing this and when everything. Uh, I have an idea for a segment or an intro. We'll talk about it. Kobe Bryant, George Floyd, now the best actor ever. 2020 sucks. You're not kidding. Among all those names, I mean, among all the names out there, yeah, just ugh. Um, see, I what sucks about this is that Chadwick wasn't even. I mean, he had a short career, and even in that short career, he did so much, and he was just so damn good. God, he was so good, and just this sucks. I don't know if I would say I don't see he very well could have been one of the best actors ever. That's just my personal opinion, but he definitely yeah, I am Lydia. Um but I mean, we'll never get to see that now, and that's such a bummer. And it's such a bummer. Wisconsin. So it's been fun this last week. Um, I'm not sure whether to say yikes or get out or I don't know. I I don't think Wisconsin's the best place to be normally ever, but I mean, especially right now, I don't think Wisconsin's a great place to be. Um, and if we have viewers and friends that are from that area that love it, don't take offense to it. I'm just saying it's it doesn't Wisconsin doesn't have a great track record, especially in the last several years. So you're I don't know what that means. My mother? You're not my mother. You're not my mom. I don't know what you're on about on that one. I must have missed something in the shuffle. But are you saying you are are you saying you're the stepmother? You are you're Delia? Is that what you're saying? You're Catherine O'Hara? Because if that's the case, then where's your sculpture? Ah, Delia. Stepmother. That's very important. Not Lydia's mother. Stepmother. And Delia cannot be scared because she's sleeping with Prince Valium tonight. That's my mom's favorite line in that movie. It's just I think it's just Winona's delivery of it, or it's just the implication of what it means and the play on words. And I said, you just like the screenplay, mom. And why wouldn't you? Because the screenplay's so hysterical. I assume. I assume the screenplay is. You know what? Actually, that's a good question. Has anyone read the actual screenplay for Beetlejuice? Because I never have. I am not convinced that what's on the page is actually what we got on the film, on the screen. And if that's the case, I don't know if I want to read it because I love the movie. Well, I wouldn't say there's much to complain about. So recent. Well, there you go. Okay, so fair enough, Zach. There you go. Yeah, and I guess I suppose it's like anywhere. It depends on where you are in Wisconsin, or like anywhere. Um, I'm from Tennessee originally, and I could tell you the places to be, and then I can tell you a whole lot of places not to be. Also, spent a lot of time in Mississippi, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend that state in its entirety. But if you have to, I could recommend maybe 2 places, 3 maximum, and then the rest of it, nope, skip it. Just drive right through. Don't look back. Oh, I am not going to elaborate on that because no, they don't need to know. Um, let's just say things. Nope, I'm not going to elaborate on that. Uh, oh man, I wonder if we'll get flagged for the commercials. I got a notification from Facebook earlier today because they were saying we muted your video. And I'm like, what video? And I looked, and it was before I started doing the dive here. As some of you may know, I did the dive on my personal Facebook, and all so that my Facebook people could watch it, and then I moved it to YouTube because it seemed like easier access. Uh, and I was also playing music at the time when I was doing it on Facebook, and Facebook decided to start flagging my videos because the music used in it, there was a copyright infringement. So I said, well, okay. So I got sick of it, and that's why I do it here. And that's why if you notice in the description, I have to put up a disclaimer saying like, hey, if you hear anything, because my first video on YouTube for the dive got flagged because I had music playing. The very first song got flagged. And it's a whole to do. And now I see why when people go live or they, have their YouTube videos, they don't have music. They don't have anything going on because they don't want to get flagged for, dumb bullshit. But I get it, but it's not like I'm not distributing the music. I'm not claiming it as my own. I'm not claiming it at all. Just playing it for some background noise because it's a party. It's the dive, trying to have a good time, but God forbid. And they just don't realize I make so much zero money from doing this. Been all over the state, can tell you where the good part. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So it's like anywhere. It's literally like anywhere. Except Florida. Don't go to Florida. Especially right now. Ugh. I feel bad. There was a friend recently took a vacation with a bunch of her friends to Florida, and before she went, she said, "You don't want to go to Florida right now." And basically went into this whole spiel about why Florida is not a good idea right now, and I felt bad because I think I I think I shamed her into the whole thing because it's like you got to think about the people around you. You got to does like, are you being responsible? And she just like she kind of clammed up, and I felt bad, so I had to like send her a message after I left and went, "I'm sorry, I don't, I'm just trying to look out for your best interest." She said, "It's fine." It's like basically in one ear and out the other, but I was like, well, still, I felt bad. Felt bad for the shame, but she still needed to take precaution, and I think luckily she did. I'm a pro at getting stuff deleted for filing. I know, which is why we have a special shirt on our T Public store, Feeding the Monster podcast feed. We have the explicit content. Explicit content. What is it? Shit, I'm sorry. That was a bad setup for. It's a explicit content censored by algorithm. It's like the parental advisory sticker that we used to get on CDs when they cuss too much. Kids today don't know what that is. You kids have it so easy. We used to have to sneak those albums. We used to have to buy them and hide them. So, can I just take a stab at the dark? Stab in the dark there, Zach, and say Milwaukee? Is that where the breweries are? In Wisconsin? I would assume. And yeah, and if I'm going to go to Wisconsin, that's literally all I want to do is know where the breweries are so I can go there and just drink myself silly of tasty brews. Maybe occasionally eat some cheese. I'm in Wisconsin. Why not? It's like if I go take a trip to Idaho, I'm going to have like every potato ever. So, in summary, it's my goal to just visit the states and load up on starch. That sounds like a grand plan, actually. Let's do that. Who's down? Who's down for a starch trip? We'll eat all the starch. I miss playing shows. I had just gotten into the rhythm of getting my show legs back, and as soon as I do, boom, pandemic, everything shut down. Yay! Means the good land, Milwaukee, the good land. Yes, all over my god. Milwaukee, Madison, Oshkosh. Oh, I forgot about Oshkosh. That's a real place. Didn't Oshkosh used to make jeans or something? Am I making that up? Like Oshkosh, they made jeans, right? Or clothes, something? Am I making that up? Am I remembering incorrectly? You know Henry's bored when he's watching G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Or just loopy. Oshkosh bagosh. Ah, I knew I wasn't making that up. I knew that was a thing. I knew I'd heard it somewhere. Also known as Sloshkosh, because it's one of the biggest party squads. Really? Okay. Oshko- Oshkosh bagosh. That sounds like some Lovecraftian speak. Oshkosh bigos Fatangan Cthulhu Thunle. Just give you a hint of things to come on the truly bizarre world. That's all the plugs you get, Jeff. No, that's not true. I'm probably going to plug it again later. Sloshkosh. I like that though. That's a. I could do that. I could hang that. I went to a pretty decently like a good party school, and I don't know that we like Oxford doesn't have a real nickname. It's just Oxford. So baby clothes. Yeah, that sounds about right. You're right. Yeah, that's about right. Um, are those clothes made in Oshkosh, Wisconsin? I would imagine so. Otherwise, it's just a funny coincidence or a weird one. I don't know. But yeah, see, I went to Ole Miss, and that's in Oxford, Mississippi. So yeah, you don't really have a cool nickname for that with your devil speak. There is no possible way I could make things worse. There's, even with my devil speak or the speech of the old ones, there's no way. There's no like it would almost be like it's so damning. It would almost be a blessing because this year sucks so bad. You'll be thankful for my old one's speech later when the old ones come down and remake the world. Yes, there will be pain. Yes, there will be suffering, but we won't be in 2020 anymore. So balance it out. Also, you can't bring them forth with just the speech. There's a whole ritual. There's a whole. It's a whole to do. It really is. It's exhausting. Just even thinking about it, it's exhausting. Like I look at those the dudes in these cults, and I just go, ugh, who's got the time? I can neither confirm nor deny if that stuff is made there. Damn it, Zach. Look, man. Even if my old one's speech could invoke the old ones, Titans don't stand a chance. But I mean, at this point, release the Kraken. You know, just let's just see what happens. Release the Kraken. Let's see what happens between UFOs, the super hurricanes. Maybe that is the Kraken trying to, come free. There was a thing a few years ago in Japan where it seemed like, great, we were really going to get Godzilla now. We are doomed. You better hope he's on our side. And I mean, there you go. There's a Titan. So if Godzilla emerges, then you can rest assured that the others will be soon to follow. You'll find I'm not very helpful. Well, thanks for playing. Image robot I will say was You know what? He could. Harry Hamlin, he's old as shit now, but I mean, he's still in good shape. So sure, bring him and Bubo the robot owl, or the. It's supposed to be like an owl in silver or gold like armor, but they turned him into a robot, which made no sense. Like why is this owl a robot all of a sudden? What what are the what is Mount Olympus playing at? That was the one where Laurence Olivier plays Zeus, and he's just kind of, you can tell he's sort of just phoning it in because he's at that point he had long since given up caring. He essentially was pulling a Brando in that movie. But robot or just armored owl, I'll take a Bubo. I would change his name from like I wouldn't call him Bubo though. I'd call him I'd call him Darius after Darius Rucker because he's a hootie. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, so let that one sink in for a second. I mean, you know, sure. Yeah, I'll just go with it. Yeah. So it was these low. Just you just go with it. Yeah. Okay. I'll just go with it. I was born much too late. This is heavy. It's kind of like it just sort of like sits. Like when it sits there, it's not really a lot of it's not like a pilsner where your thirst is quenched for a little bit and you're okay until you have like 15 more of them. And then you start feeling full and you're like, ugh. What are you knowing for? Are you knowing my no that I sent you off screen? If you go and then there's no McGee to follow, then we'll be fresh out of Christie's. And then it'll be anarchy. Uh ooh, here's a question I'll pose to you guys that are listening. What if you well wait. Okay. I don't know what you're knowing for at this point. What would you think to a shared universe series of John Hughes characters? Think about that. Like you got Samantha from 16 Candles interacting with Ducky from Pretty in Pink. Then you have the entire Breakfast Club and they happen to know Ferris Bueller. And then also Gary and Wyatt from Weird Science and Lisa, like all that shared. What would you think about that? Because I've had this idea for a show or like a series like that for a while, but I would kind of flip it on its head and make it like really dark, kind of like what Riverdale did with Archie, but like go further with it. But if there's a if people would tune into that, I may actually just start writing it. But that's kind of like that's a dream gig. Make a show about the underside of because if you watch John Hughes movies, as relatable as they are to the younger audience, all of them have a sense of kind of otherworldly things going on within them. Whether it's the fact that Ferris Bueller breaks the fourth wall constantly, and the others don't. Um, the fact that Weird Science, like Gary and Wyatt, somehow make this woman out of weird science. It's like, but you could explore that though. There's this theory about that Ferris Bueller's not even real. That Cameron imagined him, and the whole movie is Cameron seeing and being Ferris, because it's like Fight Club, you know. Brad Pitt is the personification of Edward Norton's subconscious, and he creates him to be the perfect version of him. So then you have that, or you have, instead of from weird science that doesn't make any sense, what if Gary and Wyatt conjure an entity that takes the form of a beautiful woman? They call her Lisa. What is that? You know, what happens then? What if what if the Breakfast Club students, what if they have the reason they were brought together for that detention wasn't because they each individually did something bad, but it was for like a much higher sinister purpose. Basically, everything taking place in Shermer, Illinois, which is where all those movies take place, because John Hughes liked to write that. What if Shermer's just like a wicked kind of dark place? Explore that. That's my that'll be my Star Wars, I think. That'll be my Cobra Kai. It'll probably never happen, and I don't think, like, just from a logistical standpoint, I don't think you could. I don't think I could get the rights for all those characters. I'm pretty sure whoever runs the John Hughes estate would not be down for that. But a man can dream. But if I get enough people telling me, yeah, write that, I'll write it. Oh God, yeah, just social media is all over the Chadwick Boseman thing. I'm told there's like a weird lag, and I apologize for that. But I always knew Illinois was evil. They call it the Illinois for a reason, and you explore that because Shermer, Illinois, seems like this perfect suburban place when it's supposed to be just kind of right outside Chicago. And it's like, are you telling me, like, why would this random suburb where weird things are happening, why would that just be some cushy fantasy land? Like, maybe you explore why that is. Can Zordon send the Breakfast Club kids some Zords? I mean, why stop there? Maybe the Breakfast Club becomes defenders of the galaxy, uh, and they form Voltron. Why not? My question to you is, of the Breakfast Club, if they are members of the Voltron, which one is the head? Would it be Brian? Would it be Bender? Would it be Claire? Who would be the head of Voltron from the Breakfast Club? There's your quandary for the evening. If I did nothing for you tonight, I gave you that. So there you go. Yes, we have a winner. Ponder that one. Um, and by the way, if you all saw the, or I'm sure everyone saw the Batman trailer. How did you feel about it? What did it make you feel? Are you excited for it? Does seeing R Pats in action change your mind or give you some comfort as to what you think he'll do in this movie? I had a lot of thoughts about it, so tune into the Rantings of a Maniac episode that I just posted on Wednesday, and you get to hear my whole spiel. John Nelson, because he voiced a Tremor. He did, yes. And I found out today, I guess I had forgotten that Orson Welles was in the Transformers movie. And my mind's sort of blown away by that. Like, Orson Welles. Oh, man. Emilio! You think Emilio's the head, Zach? I don't know. He's a wrestler. I feel like he'd be one of the arms. But that's just me. Me and John reacted to it. Ah, right on. I gotta say, man, I'm on board. I was on board the moment they said Matt Reeves was coming in to direct it, and I went, great, I'm in. Um, of course, at the time it was supposed to be Affleck, and I wish it had been. But now knowing what he's doing, Matt Reeves is doing with this Batman film, it's year 2. Makes sense. Couldn't be Affleck. Um, and I really since been years with his career, so I'm in. I'm in. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people that are still having their doubts. I think that whole thing a while back when he was saying, "Yeah, I'm not really working out," whatever. I think he was trolling everybody. Um, According to a story, something I read about a stunt coordinator on this movie said that he actually worked his ass off to be able to do everything he's doing. So if he didn't give a shit, he wouldn't bother. Uh, Sorry, just responding to a message. The script says, "Will there be a legion of supervillains made up of the adults from the Hughes films?" Funny you should ask me. Actually, I do think for this series the adults would be the villains. Like I think Principal Edward Rooney would be kind of one of the heads of it. The vice principal Richard, Dick or whatever. What was his last name? In Breakfast Club, he just Bender kept calling him Dick. Whatever his name is, like obviously those two dudes would be, just horrible villains. My favorite line from John was, "Yeah, Matt Reeves said this one is a detective Batman. Now watch him beat the shit out of these." Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, what do we love about hard-boiled detective stories? That those detectives take it a little far and they get they're hard-boiled, so they beat some ass. Also, this is a Batman movie. You think he's not going to beat criminals' asses? Because that's literally what he does. That's all he does. I'm in. You give me, you give me a Detective Batman where he's just beating the shit out of people left and right. I'm in. Like, give him the detection skills, but also give me the Batman that is hardcore and shit. Yeah, like Chet would be an interesting character to develop for that thing because do you make him do you start him off as like this big bad who gets put in his place by the deity Lisa, and then does he like switch sides and become really good, or does he stay just a really awful, terrible human being? You explore that. The possibilities are endless, man. There's all kinds of weird shit. You explore the weirdness that is in the Hughesian universe, whatever you want to call it. I would call this thing Shermer because it all takes place in Sherman, Illinois. So you explore the things going on with those characters and with the things happening in the movie. The otherworldly, explore it. And you give this way you can shed a light on some other characters that may have been overlooked in his past movies. Maybe just yeah, just saying. It is something I've been toying with for a while. My question is, what trailer was the best? The Wonder Woman trailer or the Batman trailer? Right away, I want to say the Batman trailer, but that would that doesn't imply. I'm not trying to imply that the Wonder Woman trailer was worse or not good, because it was awesome. But what was the best out of everything that they showed? The fact that they closed out the event with the Batman stuff kind of makes it hard to say anything other than that. But I put it to you. Was there something else that grabbed you maybe a little bit more than the Batman trailer, or was it just were you there for Batman? Because I thought I was there for Batman, and it turns out when they did the Wonder Woman panel, I said, oh yeah, I'm in." When they showed the concept art for what they got planned for Flash and the multiverse and all the different Batman, I said, "Yeah, that." And then, of course, the Batman trailer. Um, I'm even kind of stoked for Black Adam, and I kind of didn't care. I didn't care about Black Adam at all, and now I can't wait to see that. Whatever it is, it may end up being utterly ridiculous, but I'll be there to see it. I'll brave the theater for that if we're still not out of this whole pandemic thing. But speaking of braving the theaters, who among you is braving the theater these days? Because they just reopened. There are movies to watch, but do you dare go into them? I'm sure there are precautions, and I'm sure there are. There are ways to be safe and keep yourself socially distanced, but you're still in an enclosed area. It's still a theater, and I don't know. You got to sit there the whole time with your mask on, and that just doesn't sound like an enjoyable experience. So I don't know. I'm still kind of I'm iffy, and I don't predict I'm going to get to a theater anytime soon. What about you guys? Are you gonna brave it, or are you're just gonna stick with it? Stick with the uh, I'm not going out. Because it's kind of there's no great answer there. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's just nothing. It's either way, no one wins. Let's see, I'm broke at the moment. There's nothing to see. I don't see the point. Yeah. Well, they finally released New Mutants, so it's there. Uh, I think Tenant is either out now or it will be. It's out now, right? I think it's out now. Um, that Russell Crowe movie is out right now. Unhinged, I think it's called. And that might be it for now. Mulan's going to be sent to Disney Plus, but then you're gonna have to pay extra to watch it on Disney Plus, which makes no sense to me. But here's the thing. I get why they're doing that, but are they suggesting that you can only you're going to pay $30 extra to watch this thing on top of the fact that you already pay for Disney Plus, but are they going to say that it's a one and done, or do you pay the $30 to watch it and once you have it, you have it? Because if that's the case, I might fork over the $30. I don't know, because I really want to watch it. But even if I don't do that for Mulan, if they do that for, let's say, Black Widow in November, or some of the other stuff they have coming down the pipeline, I mean, I might, I might for because I'm an MCU shill, obviously. Yeah, yeah, I know. That's easy to forget because it's been 3 years since we were supposed to get that. But yeah, it's out now. But I love the MCU and I've been looking forward to that Black Widow movie for a while. Can you believe that thing was supposed to come out at the beginning of May? So if things weren't crazy, we'd have already seen Black Widow probably half a dozen times now. But at this point, we are about to enter September. Crazy. It's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. And we weren't we supposed to get uh weren't we supposed to get Wonder Woman 84 around this time or close to it originally? Am I making that up? Because now we're not getting it till next summer, and then we're not gonna get the Batman until next summer. And bear in mind that movie from its earliest inception has been a thing since the fall of 2016, and then it went through the various dramas and all that, and amazing. Disney has enough of my money unless I get to keep them. That's exactly what I'm saying. Unless I get to keep it after I initially buy that, there's no chance I'm paying $30 because if I'm gonna pay that money, I'm gonna go to the damn theater. And as it stands right now, I'm probably not gonna do that. So I'm gonna keep my $30 and I'll just wait. And I'll just wait for it to hit streaming on Disney Plus like regular, because chances are once that happens, they can't just do that. They can't just charge you $30 each time you want to watch it. There's no way. There is no way they're going to get that greedy. And they can't imagine people are that stupid to do that. I mean, can they? I don't know. I'm of the opinion if you're going to dish out $30 to see a movie, you ought to get the full experience. So go to the theater. If you want to pay $30 for the movie, you might as well brave the public. You may as well grab a seat in a comfy chair with the surround sound, the big screen, and what the hell, some snacks if they still have the concession stands open. Although I can understand why they wouldn't, but God help me, I can't see why they would close it, because theaters make their money with the concession stands these days. But yeah, no, thank you. If I'm dishing out $30, best believe I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw out $30 and get me a full $30. That's an IMAX ticket. I'm going to the IMAX for that kind of money. I'm not going to sit at home, pay $30 to sit. No. You know how much I could have gotten on Postmates for $30? Not too much because of all the fees, but still, I'd have been fed. It's just not gonna. No, I am not with that whole idea unless they are saying once you buy it, you have it. If that's the case, then I'll go fine, because that ultimately means that you're paying the money you would pay to get a theater experience, but it's at your home. But the benefit being you don't have to pay that money each time you watch. It's a one and done. I would say Disney has enough of my money too, Zach, except for I'm a Verizon customer, so I haven't paid for Disney Plus yet. In this whole, it hasn't been out a full year. It'll be a full year in November, and Verizon customers with unlimited data got to get the first like a year long free trial. Which look, I was gonna pay for it anyway, but I didn't realize it was like, oh no, it's a year long. Like sweet. And then when it comes back, it's like $6 or $7. Fine. I wish HBO Max had been that cheap. I finally broke down and got an HBO Max account, and I like the variety of stuff they have on there. It's pretty cool and kind of overwhelming at times, but I just wish it was a little bit cheaper. You would think they would make their prices comparable to something like Disney Plus, because that's ultimately what they're competing against. They're competing against Netflix and Disney. And since Disney owns Hulu, they're not really competing with Hulu. And then you get Amazon Prime, and they're doing pretty well for themselves. But even so, with Prime, you're still paying what, $14 a month? But then you get the perks of, well, I've got 2-day delivery, 2-day free delivery, blah blah blah. And I can just, while I'm streaming The Boys, I can order some stuff and I can have it maybe tomorrow, depending on what the items are. Whereas Disney Plus is like, well, we're giving you a lot for very cheap. And I was like, yeah, it's hard to argue. And then Netflix, I mean, to be honest with you, I use my family's Netflix, so I don't pay for Netflix, but I think the number right now, because we have the 4K edition, so it's, what is that, 17, $18 a month, which is the highest. But it's Netflix, Netflix is just like never ending with things. And at this point, if you don't have a Netflix account, it's like, who even are you? So HBO Max, it's very bold of them to be so expensive right off the gate. But, and also because I checked, I said, okay, well then for that money and for what this streaming service is, they better have access to every single bit of content they've ever put out. And they don't. They don't have, Dream On is not on there. I did not see the Dennis Miller show, the Chris Rock show. I did not see Todd McFarlane's Spawn, which baffles the hell out of me. Like, where the hell is Spawn? Get it back on there. If it is on there, please correct me. But last time I checked, it wasn't. Not to mention, they said, well, we got all these other banners, just like they have their whole DC thing. And yet they don't even have all of DC's movies on there. That could easily be done. They don't have all the live action DC movies. They don't have all the animated DC movies. You have to have DC Universe for that, which I do have. And unfortunately, and then you're paying extra for that. I missed the whole, if you had DC Universe, you could get a discount. They were doing a promotional thing, a discount in which you could get HBO Max for a discounted rate and just have them both combine, and then you would just pay the monthly fees of and it was like slightly cheaper. And I wish I had paid attention to that email beforehand, because now I'm paying for DC Universe, though God knows why, because what I would use it for is now on Max. So now I'm paying for both. But then I realized, oh, there's stuff on DC Universe that still isn't available for Max. So, like, what are we doing here? And a lot of it has to do with their animated movie catalog, and also like their TV shows. Batman Beyond and the animated series is not on HBO Max, at least not last time I checked. That's a problem for them. But I mean, it's DC Universe. Eventually they'll figure it all out. I will say their TCM section is pretty impressive. I was just kind of scrolling through it and went, wow, okay. And I like that they have the Adult Swim stuff there, but even then, it's like, well, okay, but there's still some stuff missing that I wish you had. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Uh, but I'm such a sucker for specific content that you're just anytime they're going to come out with stuff, I'm going to go for it. What I will say is the new streaming service Peacock for the Xfinity Comcast people. Peacock sucks. Peacock sucks. If you like watching a program where you get interrupted by ads literally every 2 minutes, then sure, watch Peacock. Otherwise, Peacock sucks. And it's on record. I hated it. Hate it. I like what they're offering. There's a lot of content they're offering to watch, and it's free, but free comes with a price. You have to endure an ad every 2 minutes, and they're 30-second ads. Like, they're long. When you're watching the clock, they're long. And it's so stupid. It's so damn stupid. And I guess are they going to come out with a Peacock Premium? Because if that's the case, like, no, enough. I'm done with it. Not worth it. So I don't recommend Peacock, and that's about the only streaming service that I wouldn't recommend. So that'll do it. I'm gonna end the night a little bit earlier than usual because it's kind of a bummer evening, and I don't want to do the dive on a bummer. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for keeping the conversation going as best you could. I did my best. I'm out of, I think, Troopers on its last leg. And be sure to, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We have lots of fun stuff going on for you. We are still, even though we seemed like we were on a bit of a break, our hiatus, we're still around. We're still here. We're still going to put out stuff for you. So tune in to the show, all the shows. Tune into the podcast feed to be up to date on all of our goings-ons. And yeah, let us know what we're doing. Let us know what we can do for you. What do you want to hear? What do you want us to talk about? We're all here. And be sure to go to TeePublic, Feeding the FTM Pod, I believe, or just Feeding the Monster. Type it in. There's a sale going on. I think you still have some time. Get all of our merch. It's really funny, really entertaining, and really cool. And that'll about do it. I am Mark Kamara. You have been here for the Friday Night Dive. Thank you so much. And until next time, keep drinking, but drink responsibly. Okay? Thanks.